the bolster is kind of an added bonus for the for our held position and our Shavasana, especially if you like a little bit of weight onto your heart and belly during Shavasana, then have your bolster handy. This class explores yoga for depression. Now, of all of the topics that I have chosen for this 12-day series, depression is the one. Depression is my best friend, you could say. I have lived with depression for most of my life. And we've learned to respect each other quite a bit. And I know how to use yoga to help me to lighten those feelings. A lifelong companion, depression and I. So these are the poses that I personally use and the mindset that I use to help myself out of those feelings of darkness and heaviness and laying in bed for days. And I find it very helpful to know physically why I'm doing something, because when I don't want to feel better in my mind, it's hard for me to convince myself to sit quietly and breathe and to have patience with myself or to talk myself into a better mood. But I know if I stand up tall and reach my arms out wide and take a few slow breaths, I will feel physically better. And so this class is going to explore some quiet poses and some quiet movement, and then some held poses for really brightening into that energy almost effortlessly. So let's sit for a moment before we come into our first pose. Just find a nice tall spine, flip your hands down, and notice your mood. And however you're feeling, just let that be okay. Just acknowledge it. You don't always have to be on or perfect or happy. And physically soften through your face, soften your jaw and your neck and shoulders. So see if you can ease some space into those areas. And continue to take some slow, deep breaths. And we're going to move on to the floor for our breath practice tonight. So I want you to lie down on your mat in the fetal position with your left side down on the ground. So maybe you have to flip around on your mat so that you can still see the screen. Use your blanket or your bolster or one of your pillows under your head for lots of comfort. Lying down onto the left side so that the right side is up, and make sure you feel nice and comfortable here. Arms just resting. Ankles, knees, and hips in line with each other, and you can even pull those knees in a little bit. And we're just going to breathe here. Nice, slow, and steady. Left side is our calming and grounding side. And so we're lying on it, compressing the weight into the earth. You can even do this in the morning before you get out of bed. And the right nostril, when you breathe out of the right nostril, so it's on top here, so becoming dominant just from the position of our body. Our nostrils switch dominance every few minutes, and they can switch dominance on purpose based on our position, or if we simply block one nostril off or the other. So if you focus into your breath, you might even be able to feel that shift where the right nostril starts to pull a little bit more air than the left. And this is it. This is all we're doing. We're lying on the left side, breathing slowly and deeply. Really no effort. You can allow yourself to become as heavy as you'd like. Eyes soft. Expanding into the belly and the bottom of the rib cage with your inhale. And releasing, softening on the exhale. Right nostril breathing, helping us to energize and enliven ourselves without even trying. We'll stay here another moment. Really follow the breath in. See if you can feel the right nostril pulling ever so slightly more, or maybe even a lot more than the left nostril. And moving slowly, we're going to come up and over into child's pose. If child's pose is not comfortable in your body, just lie down onto your belly, flat on the ground. And you can use your blanket for comfort here. Maybe fold your arms in front. And child's pose is really your chance to quiet into just your own space. It's like a little cave here where the rest of the world gets blocked out. And calm, easy inhales into the belly. Exhaling, releasing any feelings of overwhelm by really nurturing that physical grounding that happens when you soften your eyes and focus on your breath. Two more breaths. Really focus to the fullness of the inhale and the grounding nature of that exhale. And slowly come up. Tabletop position. Blanket can move out of your way. And take a few little freestyle cat cows here. Just allow a little bit of stretch and space into the spine. Inhaling as you drop down and exhaling as you curl and round. We'll take about 5 more rounds. Just a little bit of gentle movement. Back to center, tabletop. And we're going to tuck the toes under and start to walk back. Now you might even pop up into downward dog, but you don't even have to do that. We're moving back into a little gentle rag doll. So knees can be quite generously bent, hands dangling down to the earth. And then inhale, find your half lift. And exhale, soften the knees, fold in, only as far as feels good. And then all the way up, press through the feet, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a half lift, slow movement. Exhale, fold in. All the way up, grounding the feet down, slow, gentle reach of the arms. Exhale, fold in, nice and slow. Half lift. And fold. Half lift. And fold. Exhale. One more, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, walk forward, find your tabletop again. In tabletop, we're going to slowly lower down to the earth. And then elbows come out for a gentle Sphinx pose. The wider the elbows, the more gentle it is on your spine. So hips pressing down, tops of the feet pressing down. And press into your hips, stretch through the belly and the heart, shoulders draw back, face lifts, but eyes close. And slow, steady breath. Just using the breath to calmly enliven the body. And hands will slide back. Press back, child's pose, or lie down flat on your belly, whatever feels best to you. And we'll hold here for about 10 smooth rounds. Concentrate on breathing into the back of your spine, your rib cage, your shoulder blades. See if you can physically feel that expansion there. Just drawing your attention on purpose to the simplicity of the breath. And as you're ready, back into tabletop. Tuck the toes and we're moving back into our forward fold again. Knees bent, really gentle ragdoll. Hands on the earth or maybe elbows on the thighs. Slow inhale. Full exhale. And then legs straighten, hands to the shins, half lift. Inhale. Soften the knees. Exhale. Fold. One more half lift. Inhale. And exhale. Fold. All the way up this time. Press through the feet. Reach the arms up. Stay here. Arms reaching. Exhale. And one more inhale. Reaching. Stretch through the sides of the ribs. Exhale, knees soften, fold forward. Half lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold forward. Just convincing the body here to move and stretch all the way up. Press through the feet, reach the arms up. Keep them up as you exhale. And then inhale. Exhale, fold in, nice and slow. Lengthen out as you inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time, coming all the way up. Reach through the feet, reach through the hands. Pause with your hands up, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, slowly fold forward. This time, walk forward, knees down to the earth. And then walk forward again, hips and belly down. Find your Sphinx pose, elbows under the shoulders or wider than the shoulders, hips pressing down, heart lifting up, eyes closed. And again, just focus into the physiology of this position. Feeling very grounded through the front of the body, the hips, the pelvis, the knees and feet, all resting on the earth. You're stretching into your spine, getting a little bit of air and space into the front of your vertebrae, stretching through the heart and the chest. Relax your face, and we'll take 5 more slow, deep breaths here. Not even trying to control the breath, just allowing it to be what it is, but noticing what it is. Breathe in a way that feels natural, without stress. And once again, from here, pressing back into either child's pose, or if you don't like child's pose for your hips or knees or ankles, just lie down onto the ground. Forehead can come to the arms or one cheek to the earth. And come back to controlling the breath now. And really notice where the belly is either pressing in to the floor or maybe into your thighs, or noticing if it's not pressing into anything. We'll take about 10 breaths here. Just nurturing this sense of quiet, calm energy. The fullness of our breath, bringing in some much needed oxygen, the shape of our body, allowing the world to become small and manageable. Just breathe. And slowly come up. And flowing through our standing sequence one more time. Toes tuck as you slowly walk back into your very quiet forward fold, hanging down or elbows to your thighs. Take a few breaths. One of the focuses of this particular class is changing our blood pressure. So these forward folds and then upward stretches are working on bringing a little bit of oomph and pizzazz into our blood pressure and balance. So as you inhale, half lift, lengthen out. Exhale, soften in. And then all the way up. Press through the feet, reach through the arms. And we'll pause here and then draw your arms into goalposts or gratitude arms, lifting up into the heart. We'll take 5 breaths in this standing pose. Feet planted, eyes lifted. Even if your eyes are closed, keep them lifted. Feel that stretch across your shoulders and chest. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, slowly fold in, knees soften. Half lift, long inhale. Slow exhale, fold in. And again, all the way up. Press through the feet, reach through the arms. Exhale, gratitude arms, keep the heart lifted. Take a few breaths. If you'd rather, hands can also come to your hips. Just keep lifted and keep your arms nice and wide. Feel this as you're awakening your own sense of personal sunshine, awakening into your confidence, awakening into that sense of physical energy. One more breath. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, slowly fold in. Long inhale, half lift. Slow exhale, fold in. Long inhale all the way up. And gratitude arms or hands to your hips, soften the knees. Listen to the sound of your breath. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, slowly fold in. This time, knees bend back to your tabletop. And then one more time, lower down to the earth and find your Sphinx pose. Palms pressing in, shoulders drawing back. And either lay down onto your belly or press back, child's pose. And slow, easy, steady breaths. Breathe into the back of your body. And slowly come on up, and we're going to come around onto the ground. This is where you're going to have your blanket handy and all of your props so that you don't have to reach too much. Make sure you feel warm enough. These next few that we're going to take, or our final few poses, really things that you can do in the morning before you get out of bed as kind of preparation for the day. And then our final one, I actually recommend to do on the regular, even if your mood is light and happy. It's a nice thing to do to kind of prevent future bouts, let's say. So lying down onto your back and hug your knees in for a moment and roll around. Be really comfortable here. Make sure you feel warm enough. Make sure you feel as though you have enough padding underneath you. And then legs stretch out long. And we're coming into banana pose, which is fun to say and fun to do. And it's one of those poses where you get a full body stretch. And so it's a very physically energizing and opening stretch to come into that requires a very little effort. And so just follow along here. Eyes are closed, body is long. And then your right ankle is going to step off to the side of the mat by about 4 to 6 inches. So you're going to move the right ankle out a little bit, and then you're going to cross the left ankle over the right. And already you should feel that incredible stretch into the side of the left hip, down into the IT band, maybe down through the knee, even into the shin and ankle. That's the bottom half of our banana. If you're not feeling the stretch, or you're feeling it too much, just adjust accordingly. And then hands are going to come underneath your head, and we're going to pick up the torso, head, neck, and shoulders, and move over to the right and lie down again. So now you're getting the top of the banana stretch from the hip into the shoulder, even into the triceps. And that's it. You're just going to lay here and breathe into that left side stretch. If you're not feeling the stretch, just see if you can curve your banana a little bit more, so to speak. And just follow the rhythm of the breath. Maybe even trying to direct the breath now into the left side ribs. Left side houses our stomachs. You can send a little bit of space into your physical stomach. And into the heart. And a few more breaths. Stay with watching the breath come in, expanding as much as you can. And releasing and relaxing as the breath goes out. And then start to move back to center. Arms release down to your sides for a moment. And just do a little body scan here and notice differences left side versus right side of the body. Can you feel where that space opened up? And then second side, left ankle is going to move over to the left side of the mat, maybe even off the mat a little. And then right ankle comes on top and crosses. So you should already feel the bottom half of that stretch. Top half, we're going to interlace the hands underneath the head. You're going to lift up and move the torso over to the left so that now you're getting that big stretch into the right side of the body, feeling it from the ankle to the hip and from the hip to the shoulders, maybe even up into those triceps. So slow and easy breath, eyes closed. Last two breaths, really follow the inhale and the exhale. And then back to center. We're going to take our final restorative pose here in two different parts. So first part, we're going to add a little bit of a heart opener. So an assisted stretch here. So rolling up your blanket or maybe one of your pillows, we're going to bring it to intersect the spine. So spine is going this way, blanket's going this way, and you're going to lay your shoulder blades down on top. Now the blocks are going to come in handy, and maybe even if you have a bolster or a pillow, because we're going to lay down onto the blanket, but sometimes then you might want a little bit of a pillow. So I'm actually going to bring my bolster back, and then the blocks you're going to have on either side of your legs, and then coming down. So laying down onto the blanket with the spine just above the shoulder blades. And I do like the pillow underneath me. And then legs in bound angle pose. So choices here. You can even take the block into the highest pose, or highest level, and maybe even angle it a little bit so that the knees feel really nice and supported. You can come down to the middle level or the low. If you have pillows, then just the closer that you stuff the pillow in under the thighs, the more supported you'll feel. You want to find a place that you can maintain this position without effort. A restorative pose requires very little to no effort. And again, this is a pose that you can come into to physically lighten your mood, to physically lighten the body and to open up a little bit of energy. This is one you can even do first thing in the morning. Just hit the snooze button, find this position and sink back in and breathe slowly and naturally, trying to sink into the support of the blanket, the pillow, and the blocks as you exhale. This is one you can do in a sunny window any time of the day. Well, anytime there's sunshine coming in a window. Even just 3 minutes in this position can have a profound effect on how you carry yourself throughout your day and how your thoughts go. So just breathe here. We'll stay for another moment or two. If you are comfortable, you can stay with the extra heart opening blanket underneath you. We're going to stay for about 10 more rounds of breath. If that's enough of a back bend for you, you can simply move the blanket out from underneath you. Find the same exact position, just without that blanket roll. 10 more slow breaths. Starting to move out of this position, you can set the blocks to the side, bring the legs back together. Move the blanket out from underneath you if it's still there. Then hug your knees to your chest. Slowly stretching out for Shavasana. Use your blanket for comfort. If you like that weighted feel in your Shavasana, bolster or pillow can come up to rest on your chest and belly. And then just allow yourself to lie still. There's nothing else to do but this. Slow and easy breath, allowing the body to release pain and tension and sorrow. And start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And add small movements to your arms and legs. Move your props out of the way. And then as you're ready, slowly roll up into a comfortable cross-legged position. Hands at your heart in a gesture of gratitude. And as always, this gratitude is for yourself, for showing up and breathing and moving. Sometimes it's the simplest things that can make the biggest impact and have the biggest impact on our lives. So this 45 minutes of self-care, yay, you. Let's end with the sound of 3 ohms. Inhale. Om. 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 Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste. Another tip that I didn't say earlier that is not yoga, but is yoga because everything's yoga, is wear bright colors. Wear this lifted maybe your favorite color, maybe a lighter color. Sometimes our clothes are can impact our mood. What we're looking at can really impact our mood.